Okay guys, I've got a fun project that I want to share with you guys tonight. So we are going to be making some wood bead garland, and I am going to dye these wood beads. You can paint them if you want to. It's kind of a little bit longer process painting them, because you have to make sure you get them all good and painted in. So I saw a video where they used RIT dye, which is, it's an all-purpose dye, but mostly for clothes type thing. But I wanted to do it and try it on these wood beads. So I got these wood beads from Amazon. They are 3/4 inch diameter wood beads, and they're just a natural wood. So what I did is I went ahead and I put 25 onto some jute twine, because I'm not gonna leave it like this, so if the twine gets colored, that's okay. And I've got a glass bowl, because you don't want a bowl that's going to take the color. So you want something that you can wash out right away. So I've just got a little bit of water, I don't know, maybe just over a cup of water. And I want to make sure that it's not super diluted, because I really want the black and I really want it to be a bright orange. So I'm going to put some of this dye in here, and then I'm going to be using some fun ribbons, of course the black and white buffalo print, there we go, that's the word I was looking for. And I want to use some of the chockable chips from Couture with some different designs. Obviously that's not for Halloween, but I do have some projects. So what I'm gonna do now is just put my beads in here, and I'm gonna let it sit for about 7 minutes, and then I'm gonna have to flip it over, and then I'm going to let it sit for another 7 minutes, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with a string of beads and the orange dye, and then I'm gonna let them sit and dry overnight. So when I come back, it'll be tomorrow, and you will be able to see how brightly colored they are. I probably will even leave these just a little bit longer, just because I want them to really soak up the color, and I don't want it to be a purpley black. Okay? So a couple things happened. I put my orange beads in and totally spaced them out, totally forgot about them all night. And so they didn't get turned, and I ran out of time, so they're not as beautiful as what I would like them to be, but it is what it is. So I'm putting them in these little containers, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and string them onto some other twine, a little bit thicker twine this time. And I'm going to just make a couple of cute little garlands. So I'm just going to go ahead and alternate them back and forth. And between these two things, I'm going to get two strands of the beads. I'm going to get 25 on each. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am excited about how the black turned out. I kind of feel like they could have had a little bit better color to them, and I really wish that I would have been paying attention, but life happened, and it is what it is. But it also kind of gives it a bit of a rustic feel too. So it works out. It's all good. I don't feel like these need to be 100% perfect. I think if I was going to paint them, then they probably would end up being a little bit distressed as well, just because I kind of like that look. And so anyway, this was my first go at all of this, figuring out how to do this. And so it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. It's a fun project. I don't think that it is a project that is going to have a right way or a wrong way. So you can do whatever you want.
I'm really excited to get some red beads and maybe even some green ones. And I think I'm going to do some stain and maybe have some natural color and then do a little bit of a stained color to them too. I was looking at some of the beads that I had picked up at Hobby Lobby, and they had a bit of a stain as well as the natural. And so I thought, well, maybe that would be kind of cute too. So I'm almost done getting my 25 beads on here, and then I'm going to show you guys how I create the frayed end, and then I'm going to add a tag to this. I'm not sure why I said chalkable chips at the beginning of the video. I do want to create some with chalkable chips, but today I'm using our new tags from Couture. So I have what I want on there, and now I'm ready to tie the end up and add in the fringe. So there's multiple ways that you could do fringe, and I'm going to be using a little bit thicker twine as well as some black and white baker's twine, and I'm just going to wrap them together around my fingers. This is my fancy measurement. I left the end kind of down at the bottom, so that's going to be the measurement for about how long they're going to be. And then I'm just going to wrap them around until I get to the end of the baker's twine. I didn't measure anything, I just kind of went with it. So now, pinching the top part, I'm going to cut the bottom, and then that creates my fringe. Now what I'm going to do is lay that onto the end of the beads, the twine that's on the end of the beads, and I'm going to tie that in a knot just around there. That will just hold that fringe onto the bead garland. So I'm going to get that tied on there, and then I'm going to use some more of the thicker twine and wrap it around the fringe there and hot glue it. So I've just kind of held a piece of the twine on there, wrapped it around, and then added just a little dab of hot glue to kind of hold it, and then I'll wrap it around again just to kind of cover up that hot glue. And then I will just, once I trim that off, I'll just kind of hold it a little bit and make sure that it's good and tight. And that is the end of that, and I'm just going to trim everything up and get it ready to go. And then I'm going to tie a little knot at the end of this side just to hold it for now, and then I'm going to grab my tags and we will add that to the end of the bead. I'm using the handwritten font from Couture because it is the one that looks the most like Rae Dunn. I'm not a super fan, I'm not a crazy fan, but I am a fan of all things Rae Dunn, and I like the fun black and white and the skinny font, and so this handwritten font from Rae Dunn is perfect for so many things that I have going on. So I'm just adding a little bit of black chalk paste and then adding my letters, and then because I'm going to kind of space them out, I'm not really waiting for these to dry. In the past, I have kind of done like every other letter. However, I just thought, no, there's plenty of room on here. I can space it out, and if I don't press it down really good next to the F, I'm not going to get any smearing. So I'm just adding in a little bit of chalk paste and filling it in. So once I get that done, I'm going to be able to tie it onto the end of my beads. Couture is very simple and easy to use. You guys have known that I have used them a lot, and I love this because it's made a really quick and easy project here. I didn't have to stop and cut any vinyl out and weed it, which I love doing that, but this made it so much easier to just be able to grab my stencils and add a little bit of paste. These tags are a one-time use, so you won't be able to reuse them, but you get so many in the package that you could change these out if you wanted to. I'm just so excited for all of the fun things that we're going to be able to do with these tags. They do come with their own twine, and I was going to use that, but then I opted not to. So I stuck that on there, and I was going to try to figure out how to put it onto the end, and then I just decided, no, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just stick that end circle piece through the hole and then run the whole string of beads. I mean, I could have done this so many different ways. I could have made it so much easier on myself, but it is what it is, and I ended up liking it 100% once I got it to the end. It just was kind of a funny process, but I made it work, and I'm pretty excited with how this turned out. This was a really fun project, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoy my little crafty things that I share here on IGTV, and I hope that you guys will come back for more projects because I do have lots more. Like I said, I wanted to make some of these for Christmas and some basic everyday ones. So I would definitely be interested in some ideas of things that you might want to see when it comes to craft projects. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep sharing the fun things that I like to make. So after I decided that that was all I needed, I just took that other twine off and I'm going to use it for another project. So I've added this to my cute little tiered tray. I still have a few more things that I want to add to this tray, and then it will be complete for fall, but that is one thing checked off my list. All right, you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.